For each relation given, sketch its graph and state the domain and range using interval notation. All right, so there's a graph in x and y, given that y is equal to the square root of x minus 1. And because it doesn't have a plus and a minus over there, we're only interested in the positive, whereas we assume that it's all positive because they have given us the positive square root. So we're going to go from 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've picked positive numbers there because if I put 0 in at x, I would get the square root of a negative number. And we don't know how to do that in methods. We don't do complex numbers. Okay. So if I put a value of 1 in there, we have the square root of 0, which is 0. If I put a value of 2 in there, I have the square root of 1, which is 1. If I put a 3 in there, I have square root of 2. And if I put a 4 in there, I have square root of 3. All right, let's sketch our graph. Now, we all kind of know where our square root of 2 and our square root of 3 is. Square root of 2 is 1.14, square root of 3 about 1.7. So we know what those values are. And we're going to plot them approximately where they need to be. There's 1, there's 2, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we know that we're starting over here. At 2, we've got 1. At 3, we're over there somewhere. And at 4, we're over there. And these are not discrete values. So I'm going to join the dots. And that's y equals root x minus 1. Now let's look at the x values for which this thing is valid. Well, it starts at 1, at my point over there, and 1 is included. So we're going from 1, and there's no endpoint there, there's no restrictions, so 1 to infinity. And our range, well, we start at y equals 0, and we're also going to go to infinity. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Now this says we have a graph in x and y where y equals x squared take 4, and x is an element of 0 to 4, inclusive. You've got your interval notation here. So x only goes from 0 to 4. All right, so let's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to add an extra point there. So I'm going, x is from 0 to 4. Y, 0 squared is 0 minus 4 is negative 4. 1 squared is 1 take 4 is negative 3. 2 squared is 4 take 4 is 0. 3 squared is 9 take 4 is 5. And 4 squared is 16 take 4 is 12. Okay, so I can plot this. I have to go all the way up to 12, so 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, we're going up in 3s, so 3, 6, 9, 12, and I'm going from 0 to 4 for my x. And, oh, I need to go down negative with my y values. So there's negative 3. I need to extend it. You might need to extend yours as well. There's negative 6. All right, so 0, negative 4. Then 1, negative 3. 2, 0, 3, 5, and 4, 12. And I'm going to draw this. But now be careful, because of this interval notation, they're telling me that I need a colored in dot there and a colored in dot there. So please make sure that you include those when you're doing your sketching. Okay, and our domain, well, they've given that to us. It's 0, 4. And then our range is going to go from our most negative y value to our most positive y value, and we're including both of them. So -4 to 12.